What is going on, guys, and welcome back to a new video. And I have a special guest on today's channel. So, Mr. Kevin. And Kevin, how much weight have you lost?
I've lost 100 pounds.
100 pounds, man. Absolutely fantastic, dude. Absolutely fantastic. The transformation. I mean, dude, like the work you put in speaks for itself. But like before we kind of get in the nitty gritty of stuff, man, like, dude, you've had an amazing transformation. Like it's not easy to do. We've been through highs, we've been through lows. But like I kind of hear from your angle, like how was the transformation like from where you're at to where you're at now?
Um, it was hard, but it was worth it. I started out with you, of course, a year ago. And the first step was to make that decision, whether I wanted to do this weight loss and actually put in the work and get some results.
Mm.
So we did, but I want to talk about before my life before. I kind of was just going with the flow, trying to figure out what to do, basic online videos, YouTube videos, and stuff like that. Just finding my own information until I plateaued and I couldn't really move from there anymore. That's when I needed help, and I found you, and
Mm.
you straight out got me to it, and you said, we got to do this. We're gonna do it this way and this way, and
Mm.
it was a difficult, yes, it was, but once it became a habit, once it became a routine, I got the hang of it, and it just started becoming a lifestyle. Like you said, we have to make it a lifestyle, right? We have to make it
Mm.
something that we like to do, wake up and are motivated to do it. So before it all, I would just let the day basically bring me what the day brought me.
Mm.
I would wake up and be like, okay, let's see what today's got. I know I gotta be at a deficit, and that's it. With you, you put a checklist on me. So I woke up, or I would go to sleep, and I knew that tomorrow I had this and this and this to do, plus this and that to
Mm.
do. So I knew that when I woke up, I had to hit those goals and hit that checklist and make sure I check marked every single one of those things. So
Mm.
not only did that organize my health, but it organized my life. My mental health, my physical health, all of it, my whole lifestyle. I had a purpose for the next day.
Mm.
So getting that organization in my life just it completely changed it. It,
Mm.
it. it gave me something to live for throughout the day. It gave me something to do. It gave me a reason to wake up and get to it. I gotta hit this. I gotta make sure I do it. And the better I got at it, the more I liked it.
Mm.
So it completely changed my life, man. It,
Mm.
it, it was amazing. And not just that, the videos that you do in your program, they're very inspirational, man. They're very informational as well. So they're things that can help you, like, just completely. It
Mm.
changed me. It changed me. So there was that one video that we talk about where you said, you just gotta go and just do it. Just take that leap. Stop being so comfortable. Stop sitting there and just do it. Go to that 2.0 version of yourself. And I was sitting on deciding whether to invest in a business or not. I had the idea, I had everything sitting there. I just never really just did it. And then once I saw that video, I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. Once I saw your video, I was like, I'm doing it. So I got the LLC. I invested in the business. I got the business started.
Mm.
And, 6 months later, here we are. I got a new physique. I got lost 100 pounds, man. I got a business open. I got a lifestyle. I got a checklist every day. So every time I wake up, it's just, I know what I'm doing. I'm not letting the day decide for me anymore.
Mm.
I'm deciding for myself. I'm deciding to go and what, I'm gonna do this. I'm setting goals for myself. I'm hitting those goals, and
Mm.
it just showed me what I'm capable of doing.
Mm. And like, what would you say like the personal growth has been for you within the last year of just like working side by side with me to achieve these goals? Because I mean, dude, not only have you lost 100 pounds, you started your own business. Your business is flourishing in the best financial position you've quite, what you've mentioned to me, probably ever been in. And you're taking control and you're honestly taking your life by the balls and like just running with it, right? So what do you think the personal transformation for you has been within this last year from like more of a growth perspective?
Well, the personal transformation, man, is my mentality.
Mm.
That's kind of where I definitely grew. And my
Mhm.
discipline, mentality of everything. Financially. just making those decisions that I have to make to better myself, like to with you by my side, Adam, it was like there was times when I was down and I was unmotivated, and I was like, man, like this, like I don't know, am I slacking or am I not slacking? And you kept pushing me, you kept telling me, you got this, man, you're doing a great job, Sometimes there's gonna be those downfalls, but get back up and stuff like that. So it's like it showed me that it's okay to go down sometimes, but
Mm,
just get back up and do it, and my life completely changed. You're not, like I told you, you didn't only just change me, you changed my whole family, man. Like my whole family sees it. People around me see it.
mm,
They see my physique, they see my business, they see my mental health. So, some personal growth, I say I'm more disciplined for sure, more disciplined now, more committed, and it opened my mind to see of the things that I'm capable of. Like,
mm,
so now every time I accomplish something, I'm like, what's next? What
mm,
else can I do? What's the next challenge? What's next for me? And that's something I didn't have before.
mm,
Before, like I said, it was just whatever life brings at me.
mm,
And now that I can plan it and I can see it, I could vision it. I know it's
mm.
gonna happen.
Hmm. Absolutely, man. And the fact is because you lost 100 pounds, man. Some people don't do that all their lives, right?
Yes.
And so losing 100 pounds, one, like if you talk about from a confidence perspective, if you lose 100 pounds, which is quite literally, some of the hardest things people have had to do in their whole life, which is switch their entire personality into being someone worthy of losing 100 pounds, but it also builds undeniable confidence.
Yes.
You can lose 100 pounds, I can start my own business. You lose 100 pounds, like you can invest in anything. You're the man, right? And so that's like the more perspective. What I love to see is that like you show up with just absolute confidence, right? And because like on our initial consultation, like you then to you now, you're not the same person. Like not even like close to the same person. The way you talk, the way you speak, the way like you smile, like dude, you're just a brighter person. Like you bring light into the room now. Every time on the group calls when you join, I'm like, here comes Kevin, and like you always have something great for the other guys to say. And like, dude, you're a leader, right? And that's what I see from my perspective, right? So I guess how do you feel like that your transformation itself has affected others around you?
Oh, big time. I have motivated a lot of people. I'm actually opening up a group here at my house, more of a spirituality group, Christianity. And like you said, it's made me a leader, and people see it. They say oh, you have a great testimony, you went from this to this, you lost 100 pounds, you've opened up your own business. How'd you do it? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the question I get asked almost every time, especially people who haven't seen me since before the 100 pound loss. They're like, "Whoa, I didn't even recognize you." That's the first thing I get, and it feels great, man. It feels
Uh-huh.
great. They're like, "You've completely changed. Like, what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
What's your secret? What's this and that? And it's just discipline, man. It's mind focus, and you don't get that until you invest in yourself. You get into a coaching
Mm-hmm.
program, which is like your program, right? Because Adam, what you did wasn't just, like I said, you didn't just teach me what to eat or how to lose weight. You it brought way more than that. It brought knowledge, it brought leadership, it brought discipline, it brought commitment,
Mm-hmm.
and it brought strength.
Mm-hmm.
It strengthened my heart and my mind, man. Because there was back in the days, if something bad happened, I'm like, okay, that's it. Like my life sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
now it's not like now it's like, okay, this happened. What am I gonna do about it? How am I gonna go about it? What do I have to do
Absolutely.
to change it? So it completely changed it. It's like I said, it's hard at the beginning because you're not used to it, because you don't know it. But
Mm-hmm.
once you learn the lifestyle, the way you teach us to do
Mm-hmm.
it, once you learn how to track your macros, how to weigh out your food, what this does to your body, what this does to that your body, and you learn the scientific things of it, you realize that it's not just like it's in your mind. If you just do it the way that you're supposed to do it, once you receive that knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it. You're doing it. And then next thing you know, you're like 100 pounds down.
Yeah, dude, and you're exactly right. Because one is like it is a little bit difficult at first because like there is a lot of information to learn. But everybody's bodies works differently. Like we talked with you specifically, and like, hey, like your body likes to utilize fats a little bit better, so let's keep fats a little bit higher, and help you like lose 30 pounds eating more food, which is like wicked and all can
Yes.
all get out. And so like you get to learn how to live a healthy life. That's where the sustainability comes from, right? How to live a healthy life. And for anybody watching this right now, like it wasn't easy. Like last year wasn't easy with Kev. There was definitely weekends. Me and Kevin had really deep talks about, him being low in motivation, maybe not having, a ton of motivation at the time. But to be honest, man, that's part of the story. That's
Yes.
part of the year story that we had together, is that those moments make the story what they are, right? And the power is that one, you're surrounded by guys who are trying to do it themselves, and you spent half your life trying to do it yourself, and now you're surrounded by other guys that like, dude, like, hey man, I get it. Like low motivation, like I understand. Like keep up with it, man. Keep on it, right? And we were talking earlier about like you kind of like outgrowing your shell a little bit and really getting into this like new life and this new version of yourself. And like a lot of people that I've talked to, I mean, we just had Phil had a 90-pound transformation, and we did a video on him not too long ago. And what we mentioned in that video is that like you almost take on a new identity because you
Yes.
have to shed your like past beliefs, and like you had to shed your past person, your past self, to become worthy of the guy being able to get to 100-pound fat loss, right? And the identity shift is where like the sustainability comes from, because now you have new standards, now you have new daily routines, you have new education, and that's the stuff that previous Kevin didn't have, right? Previous Kevin didn't have any of that stuff, and like you can't go back to that because now like you have the education for the rest of your life, you know how your body uses food, and you've learned the sustainability aspect as well. And like that's the biggest thing, is like turning this into a lifestyle and turning Kev into Kev 2.0.
Yes. Yes. And remembering where you come from is very important as well. You got to
Mm,
remember your why. Remember why it is that you started this, why it is that you wanted this change in your life. Because you know yourself, I knew myself. I didn't feel good. I didn't look good. It
mm,
was always something bad going on throughout the day. And those hard moments, those tough moments of unmotivation or depression or excuses or whatever it is that you put in front of you, these borders that you
mm,
put yourself in front of you, those are the ones that you're gonna look back at and be like, I was crazy for feeling that way.
mm,
This is like, I made it. I made
mm,
it. I was capable of doing it. And that's what pushes you. That's where you're like, you know what? I remember why I started this, because I didn't
mm,
like to feel that way. So
mm,
instead of feeling the same way every day, just get up and do something about it.
mm,
Get up and hit that checklist, hit those check marks, and make sure you're hitting every little thing on your list to reach the goal that you want to reach.
mm. Yeah. So I guess like in the terms of like previous Kevin, like at what point Kev was like enough enough? At one point when you're like so fed up that like you were like, I don't care, I'm gonna bet to invest in like money into myself. A lot of guys in your exact position, Kev, will go their entire life being scared of putting money down on themselves. And to be honest, even guys that I've gotten a call with before, he's like, "Oh, I just want to wait." Like after they just explained to me that they hate the way they look, right? After they just explained to me that their wife is no longer attracted to them. After they explain all these XYZ things, what's going on with their life, but they're like, "Oh, I just want to wait." Right? So I guess at what point for you was like enough's enough. I will do whatever it fucking takes to make sure I fix this.
Well, Adam, honestly, I could sit here and tell you the same story that everyone else tells you. And it's the same thing. I lost my family. I was into drugs. I had hit rock bottom, but I had slowly already started doing that change myself. But I'm sure that's everybody's same reason, right? They had already started. But when I thought enough was when I really sat down with myself and said, you know what? I've been doing this all on my own. It's time that I got to accept that I need to grow. And
Mm,
I don't, even though I think I know everything, I don't know everything. So
mm,
I had to analyze myself and accept the fact that I don't know what I'm doing.
mm,
Like, as much I could do all the research I want, but if I don't have somebody back there pushing me, helping me, guiding me,
mm,
then I'm just gonna continue staying in the same flow, because there's only so much knowledge you could get off of the internet, off of Google or whatever it is that you're getting internet. Because trust me, I tried, man. I've tried, videos. I've tried all these different diets, everything I tried, until I said I need help. You
Mm-hmm.
got to accept the fact that you need help. And as for me, I had never invested in myself like in that kind of way, in a coaching way, and in investment in money or anything like that. So I said, I need help. I'm gonna get a professional. I'm gonna get somebody who knows what they're doing. And I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's not like you're not gonna fail. You
Mm-hmm.
got somebody there who knows what they're doing. So it's like the only way is up, in an investment. And you just have to accept the fact that you need help and you don't know it all. And that was mine. That was my point where I was like, okay, I need somebody, and I need to do it now, because I'm just gonna continue the same flow. I'm gonna lose the weight, gain the weight, or I'm gonna stay in the same weight or stay in the same mentality. And the people who have already been there, like yourself, you have already done it, you've already created a whole community. And that those are the people that have the answers. Those are the people that have the answers. Those are the people you need information from, and those are the new community, the new group of friends that you need. Because if you're hanging around the same people, you're going to stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start telling you, oh, you've changed, it's like, yeah, of course I changed. Like that was the point. Like, I'm trying to change. Like, I
Yeah.
needed a change. I needed to grow. There's always space to grow. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here and I've changed. I did a complete 180, the 2.0 version of myself. And I'm still thinking of what's my next investment, what's my next challenge.
Absolutely. So, like, in the forms of community, because like we've been working together for about a year now, and a little over a year. We're coming up on it, which we'll get to in a
Yeah.
second. But the power of the community that we have built since day one, like, it is breathtaking.
Yes.
Right? The group calls we do twice a week, like everyone shows up. Like, what would you say for someone who's never been a part of like an online fitness community? Like, what would you like kind of explain the community aspect to them like?
It is, it's your wolf pack. That's what I would say. It's your wolf pack. It's your motivation.
Mm,
When you're feeling down and you're feeling like you suck, you get into that group and you realize, like, man, everyone's going through the same thing we're all going through, but you see them as like, dude, you're doing a great job.
mm,
Like, you see their progress, you see what they're doing, you see their pictures, you see all this stuff, and you're just like, man, that guy's doing an amazing job. And then they come and tell you, dude, you're doing an amazing job. And you're like, really? I am? Like, because I feel like I'm not. Because, we're not, because you're not used to it. You see
yeah.
yourself daily, and, you sometimes, we're hard on ourselves. We're hard on ourselves. So when you get to that community, there are people who are going through the same thing you're going through, and they're going after the same thing you're going after. So you guys can relate about it, you guys can talk about it, and you can express yourselves in that
Mhm.
community.
Absolutely. And we've built, dude, today's Friday and I do like win chin every Friday. Dude, we just posted 30 new like low weigh-ins like just today. Like I told
Man,
you guys, I was like, honestly, guys, like it's getting hard for me to like keep up and post these every day, but like I'm gonna keep doing it as long as you guys keep checking in each
and
day
Jake,
low.
man, Jake
I took
looks
It took
amazing.
me an hour today to like look through everybody's profile, like type it out and like but like it's a good problem to have, right? It's
Yeah.
a good problem to have, and like that's the community, man. Like, at the end of the day, I think the community is the most powerful thing, right? Like,
Yes.
information is great. Exercise science knowledge I have is like great. Like, I've spent thousands of dollars on my education, but you can't pay for community.
Yeah.
You can't pay for
Yeah.
the feeling of being a belonging somewhere,
Yeah.
right? And that's what we try to do for you guys is giving you guys a place to call home,
Yeah.
right?
The
Because
recommendations in food, the recommendations in protein, the ideas that they come up with, you're like, oh, I gotta try that, So you're
yeah.
seeing these things on your feed, right? On the application, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go try that one, I'm gonna go buy that one. And
Mm,
you got people like dealing, like for instance, with me when I was dealing with my knee pains while running, doing all the cardio I was doing. And they're like, try these shoes. I tried them, man. Like, dude, I should have bought these shoes like months ago. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah.
helps out, it helps out. So it's not like no, somebody's always there.
Hmm.
You're always there. They're always there. So you always have somewhere to go to whenever you're feeling unmotivated, or whenever you have questions and
Mm,
things answered, because somebody in the group has gone through it, and
mm,
somebody in the group probably has the same questions. So just by you asking, you're answering questions for multiple people, not just yourself.
mm. Absolutely, and that's like the power of what we built, right? And so, like, you know, in all transparency, is like this is kind of like, a bittersweet moment because like this is the end of your program with us working together, but it's also, it's also a very happy moment for me, right? Because what I've told you in the very beginning is like I tell all of my clients this, like at the end of your program, I want to be able to sit here, shake your hand, and know that you have the information to keep it off the rest of your life, right? And it's not like, the thing is like you can't have a coach for the rest of your life, right? People got to understand this at some certain point, and it was unrealistic to think that we were going to work together forever. But like it's like it's a really bittersweet moment for me as a coach to be able to sit here and be like, dude, you got this on your own now, man. Like you're good, right? Like you know what to do. I'm confident in you, right? And you're confident in yourself. And we had to talk about it too. And even like with like renewing your program, and you're like, yeah, I don't think like I'm gonna. And I'm like, dude, like I don't think you need to, right? And
Yeah.
like that's the power, like that's the investment you made, right? You made the investment of being able to do it yourself, right? Because you know, at the end of the day, somebody can sit here and give you a meal plan, like eat this amount of food, eat this, do this, but until someone actually teaches you what you need, you're still going to be relying on someone,
Yeah,
right?
I think the hardest part about ending the program is ending the bro connection, man.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's ending the bro connection. But besides that, you've taught me where you've had to teach me, and I know I'm capable of going on my own, you know.
Mhm.
But it's just having you there, it's just that comfortness, you know.
Yeah,
But it's
of
the
course.
same thing that comes with growth, you know what I mean? It's the same thing
Mhm.
that comes with growth. And it's like you said, we couldn't expect that we were gonna do this for life. So it's something I knew. It sucks because it's like we're probably going to be seeing a little bit less of each other. I know you told me that we can still talk and stuff like that, and but it's like it's different when it comes down to you having to coach. It's
Yeah,
a little, like you said, it's a little bittersweet moment. You're a little worried, you're a little nervous, but deep down, I know, I got this. You've
yeah.
taught me well. You gave me the tools. I can put them into practice. I know what I'm doing, and you've taught me how to turn it into a lifestyle.
Mhm.
So it's not even difficult for me to do anymore. I can do it in my sleep. So that's
Yeah.
what I like about it.
Absolutely, and coming from someone who like didn't know honestly, but basically anything,
No.
and didn't know where to go, but now being like, dude, I got this, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
good. Like that means more to me as a coach than anything, because you're gonna go through certain points in your life, Kev, when you hit heads with people, and it's gonna completely change the trajectory of your life, right? Yeah, maybe we won't speak as much, but we're still like there's still gonna be when you're 80 years old, you're gonna remember me, you're gonna remember the time in
Yep.
my program, and you're gonna remember that moment being the moment where your life just kind of went boom and went a completely different direction, right?
Completely. Completely.
Right. So that's what I'm most proud of too, is that I can sit here and know with clarity that like you're good, you're gonna live the rest of your health, the rest of your life healthy. Teach your kids how to be healthy. Teach your wife how to be healthy. Be a good father, good husband, and that's more important than anything, right? Because
Yeah.
that's going to last your life. That's going to leave a lifelong impression, right? And that's what I'm happy for, and like that's why it is bittersweet, right? And like people have literally asked me before, like, yeah, what's the retention on your clients? I'm like, oh, like zero. They're like, like no, and they really don't like sign up like twice because they're like, well, why? I'm like, well, I mean, if we give them what they need, like they should be able
Yep.
to do it by themselves.
You're
That's
handing
the
down the
goal.
knowledge.
Right, that's the goal.
Yeah.
No, I don't need there's no reason people like need to be in my program their entire life. They need to know what they need to know, and then we help them get there.
Yep.
So, I mean,
The fact that you said about the your wife and the kids, honestly, they're on board with me, man. I'm serious. They recently got on board like about 4 months ago, 3 months ago. My wife's doing it. She's like, all right, let's see. Whatever you're eating, either way, we're cooking it. So we're eating the same thing. The kids see it. I wake up and I'm getting ready to go to the gym and I see them, oh, I'm gonna do push-ups too, dad. So it's amazing. It's amazing to see my kids have that motivation already.
yeah,
They don't have to get to the point where I got to.
yeah,
They're just already making it a lifestyle. They see me portioning, they see me meal prepping, and they see the schedule that I have. And it's actually, even though that it seems like it's a lot more that I'm putting on my plate, I actually have more time now to spend with my kids because I set aside time. I've learned how to manage my time in this program. I've learned how to manage a lot of things my whole life. So I've been able to say, you know what, this time is for my kids, this time's for my wife, and then this time's going to be gym, this time's going to be meal prep. You know, I've just managed time so perfectly to where I'm not running around with like my head cut off like a chicken. You know, what am I? I'm losing time. Where am I going here and there? You know,
Mm,
so it's amazing, man.
yeah,
It's
and it's
complete life changing.
just strictly execution now, right?
Yes.
And that's like, dude, that's so sick for me to see for you is that like you're taking your family with you. You're the
Yes.
like you're the head of the family, like jump on, like we're going, right?
Yep.
Like your kids are on board, like it's not something you have to like tell them to do, like they're wanting to do it, like your wife's wanting to do
Yeah.
it. Whatever you want, whatever you're doing, like teach me how to do it because I'm on board, right?
Yeah.
And like, dude,
Yes.
that's amazing too to see is that like you're causing a impact with your entire family,
Yes.
right? The people around you, like, and like I couldn't be more proud of you, Kev. Like
Thanks, man.
seriously, it is
Thank you.
very bittersweet right now. I wish I could like kind of hug you through the monitor, like one last big bro hug. But like I said, this is going to be an everlasting impact on my life as you as the client and like the like input that you've put in my program. So, I guess the last thing I want to ask you, Kev, where do you feel like you'd be like if you never joined my program?
Honestly, if I wouldn't have joined, if I wouldn't have had you, I don't even think I'd be in the same boat. I think I'd be worse. I think I would have given up, and I think I would have probably just said, whatever, man, I'm going for that burrito. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm tired of this. I'm not losing weight. I'm
Mhm.
not seeing progress, you know, and I think I would have just it would have just been kept going back, or you
Mhm.
know, two steps
Right.
forward, five steps back type of thing. So like, I mean, I think it was like the first week, it was just a dramatic weight drop, man. Just the
Uh-huh.
first week I had with you, and I was like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. I'm in. You know, like just the
Let me.
first week, just staying consistent. You're like, all you have to do is stay consistent with me. The first week, dude, that first week was just amazing. I was like, dude, I have been trying to do that for the past 6 months. I'm like, how? You know,
You
like
do like 1 week.
yeah, 1 week, dude, like dramatically dropped, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, okay, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. But yeah, if I wouldn't have gotten you, man, I either would have been in the same boat or
Mhm.
I would have been behind, more behind.
Yeah.
You know, and
And like,
I wouldn't have opened up a business. My mind wouldn't have been where it's at now. I feel good, man. I'm 32 years old. I feel great. I look great. People are asking me, you know, like, what are you doing? You look great, man. I got 32-year-olds at my job that look like they're 45-year-olds, you know, and it's like I'm like, dude, come on, you know, like you see me, you see the progress I'm doing, and they ask and they try, and then I'm like, you gotta get a coach, you gotta invest in. I
yeah.
can't even help you, even though I know what I'm doing. I can't. Like, you need somebody for you specifically.
Yeah.
Everybody's body type is different. You can't just think that, like, you know, you see guys over here bulking and they're eating these big old plates. You know, I tried that. I gained weight instead of gaining muscle. You know what I mean? So because everybody's
Yeah.
body type is different. You know,
Mhm.
my body likes carbs. You know,
Mhm.
my body likes carbs, and other people's they can't take carbs at all.
Mhm.
So I would
Yeah.
have been the same, man. I wouldn't have gotten to where I'm at now. And if I were to be back at the beginning again, I'm pretty sure I would. I'm more than positive I would have made the same decision. I would do it again, honestly. And I am planning to come back to you again. But like I said, like you said, you've taught me what you've had to taught me. I'm gonna sell the boat on my own for a little bit, and I know eventually I'm gonna have to come back and just connect with you, not because I need to, but because I want to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. Absolutely. And like, I think you're in a very like you were in a very similar than position as most people too that I come across. It's like they try, they fail, and they revert back to comfortability, which is grab that burrito. Like
yeah,
this is what's comfortable now. This satiates me, makes me happy now, right? Rather than going through, maybe the uncomfortability and invest into a very high level program, the uncomfortability of putting the work in, and then seeing the gratification of what happens to that. And what we've taught you, Kev, is called delayed gratification. Put the burrito down, invest in yourself, wait it out and be consistent. And then the gratification of what you've done in the last year, that's what really matters. And then
yes,
that creates an everlasting impact, but also creates everlasting lasting confidence in you.
yep,
So
no, for
I'm
sure.
happy, man.
No, and the
But
healthy eating habits too, man. Just you know, like by myself, I was like, I need protein. Let me put 4 scoops of protein in my cup, you know. Like, but
Yeah.
no, you know, you taught me certain different ways, different uh sources of protein and fats and carbs and stuff like that. And that's what I like, because just changing that made me just boosted my energy, man. Like I had no energy, and is I wasn't eating healthy. I was not eating healthy, you know. So started getting my sources, my healthier sources, and it completely. I felt it right away in my body energy, you know, and my mind. I wasn't so foggy headed. I wasn't
Mhm.
so tired when I would wake up, and it's just depends on your source, on your food source, and that's something that, you know, everyone's can teach you a whole bunch of things. As long as you're doing this, as long as you're in a deficit, no, it matters. Every little detail that you know matters. So
Mhm.
the fact that you were able to teach me that, I know now. Like I didn't know this can do that. I didn't know this food had that. You know, and it's like, wow. You know, that's crazy.
Amazing, dude. Well, dude, I'm more than happy and more than proud of you, man. Like the man you become, the father you become, the leader you become. Like I couldn't be more impressed how well you took this, whole program and just ran with it, man. And sky's the limit for you, Kev. Like this is just the
Amen.
beginning of a long, long, very successful story for you as a person, you as a business owner, and you as a leader of your family. So I want to thank you for putting your trust into me, because that's what makes me happy the most. Is you put your trust into me, you followed the plan, and you did something that most people will never do in their life.
Thank you. Thank you. That
So,
makes me feel good, man.
so, anyways, you have anything left to say to the people that are watching right now who may be still lurking in the shadows, listening to Kev's 100-pound transformation story?
Still, just take action, man. Stop thinking about it and just do it. You know
Mm,
what I mean? That's all I can say. There's nothing more to say. You know, you can ask everybody, like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do this? Is this the right choice? No, it's the right choice. Invest in yourself and just do it. You know, just do it.
beautiful. Couldn't have said it better, man. Couldn't have
Yep.
said it better. Well, Kev, have a good rest of your night. Like don't want to tear up too much, but I wish I could give you a hug over the camera right now. We're gonna still keep in contact, but I
Yeah.
appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to do this interview. And dude, like, just keep being you, man. That's all I
Thanks.
ask. Just keep
Thank
being
you.
you. All right,
All right, man.
all right,
You
man. Have
take
a good
care.
rest of your night. Okay.
You too, brother. Take care.